I'm Billy C for Twinstiq.com, and this is 5-Star Wrestling. What can I say about this game? It feels like it's aimed at the hardcore wrestling audience while wrapping itself in a spoof. 5-Star Wrestling sees you controlling one of several characters that are heavily inspired by real-life wrestlers, and when I say inspired by, I obviously mean that they're as close to their real-life counterparts as the law would allow. Being unlicensed can be a death sentence for any sports game, and they clearly didn't want to go with the completely made-up roster for that reason. So they went with this parody route. You've got characters like Raging Andy Organ and Curtis Angel and my favorite, Ragnarok. 5-Star Wrestling gives each of its wrestlers an extremely accurate moveset, putting WWE's games to shame in that regard. You move with the left analog stick and you grapple with the right one. Each direction gives you a different move, and you can access more by holding down L1, L2, or R2 and then moving the right stick. Additionally, by pressing in the right analog stick, you'll do an illegal move which will give you a flag. Get 3 of these and you're disqualified. It's a good system, and it allows you to really feel like a heel during the match. Another great aspect of 5-Star Wrestling is the damage system. Each wrestler gets a doll by their name that shows how damaged each area is. As you target different body parts, they'll go from white to yellow to orange to red and finally black. The more damage you inflict on your enemy, the more bruises and damage you'll be able to see on their wrestler, and it really makes the matches feel impactful. I'd love it if this feature was brought to the WWE games in the future. In addition to visible damage and susceptibility to submissions, lowering your opponent's leg condition can provide other benefits. Sometimes they'll start to mount a comeback. Let's say Ragnarok picks you up for an F5, only to have his knees buckle underneath him. It's not much, but it adds to the feeling that the match you're having is meaningful. There are 8 different match types, ranging from a normal match to a submission match, but nothing as exotic as even a ladder match. Indeed, you'll only ever have a 2-person contest, no tag teams, no handicap, and certainly no Royal Rumbles here. There's an exhibition mode, but you probably won't be spending much time there, as the only thing you'll have unlocked is the regular match type and the training gym. To unlock more, you'll need to complete matches in the challenge mode, and this is where the majority of your playtime with the game will come from. The challenges span all different match types, including wrestler-specific challenges, and there are over 100 to complete. In the challenge match, you'll be given 2 specific wrestlers facing off, and much like WWE's Showcase mode, you'll be required to hit 3 objectives in the match in order to complete the challenge. This could be doing a punch combo, performing a finisher, a springboard move, making the opponent bleed, or many more. There are 2 main issues with the challenge mode though. The first is that it often requires you to damage a specific body part on your opponent until it's red, and they often give you a wrestler who only has 1 attack that'll hit that particular body part. This causes you to have to spam the same move over and over to complete the objective, and it gets rather old. The second problem is that each challenge gives you around 1,000 currency with a bonus for higher star rated matches. The issue is that it takes 46,000 to unlock a costume, 92,000 for an arena, and the match types range from 161,000 to 230,000. So don't expect to be playing exhibition mode very much at all. Another area where 5-Star Wrestling falters is its AI. It's really dumb, and it doesn't provide any challenge once you figure out the controls, even if you crank up the settings. Lastly, and perhaps worst of all, are the glitches, and oh my god, the glitches. These range from small things that I can overlook, such as wrestlers not being in the right place when moves are performed, or sliding across the mat while they're lying down on their back, all the way to match-ruining glitches that force you to restart. In a longer challenge, this can be extraordinarily frustrating when it crops up, and it crops up a lot. Collision detection is also near broken at times. The game has a rating system, as I briefly mentioned before, and if you can get into it, you could spend a lot of time working out its intricacies. Ideally, you're supposed to use ring psychology, pacing, excitement, and more to create an epic match. This means stopping and letting your opponent get some offense in sometimes, coming close to losing just to make things more exciting. Anyone who's heard me talk about WWE 2K15 knows that I love a match rating feature in a wrestling game, so it's welcome here. I haven't touched on the graphics yet because there's honestly not much to say. 5-Star Wrestling looks like a bad PS2 game at times. The lighting is fine, but the wrestlers look horrifying, and the stages are bland. There are no crowds either. It's serviceable, but often quite ugly. The sound is better than the graphics at least, with the music for each wrestler's entrance obviously being inspired by their real-life versions. While the game does lack commentary, I feel it's a better option than including poor commentary that repeats often. Overall, what do I think of 5-Star Wrestling? For the first couple of hours, I absolutely hated it, but I pushed through to try and find something I enjoyed, and it worked. Kind of. The game just feels unfinished due to all the bugs, and some of the challenges aren't so much hard as they are tedious. I did have fun with the game while playing it, including getting sucked into a couple of challenge matches when I had just turned on the game to capture some quick footage for this review. Still, I doubt I'll really be coming back to this game at all, and I certainly wouldn't pay the $25 that they were asking for. I give 5 Star Wrestling a 2 out of 5, with an extra star if you're a huge wrestling game fan, and the game drops in price by at least $15. If you like this video, hit the like button, and be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on our future content. This has been Billy C, and don't forget to head on over to Twinstiq.com for all of your gaming news, reviews, and editorials.
1, 2, 1, 2.